Hello there. Again, need to come up with something. I'm just greeting you, but it's starting to become a thing that. Yeah, so it's been interesting. Well, it's been a nerve-wracking, slightly, and exciting 27 hours? 28 hours maybe? Mainly because of two things. Now, I know I've been trying to keep up with the regular updates and stuff, and I kind of have. I probably would say I have, and I've become more interested in keeping this up as well. I enjoy doing it. Few people seem to watch them. All good. Now, some people who are veterans of this sort of thing, and some of them may not, and other people as well who don't go into the whole YouTube thing may or may not realise there is something called Summer in the City in London. Now, this is an annual thing. I think this is the 5th year of it running. It's in August, and it's been getting bigger and bigger. I've never been. I have known people who have gone, and I've always kind of been vaguely aware of it. I've not really been in that area. It's not really related to me. So I have workmate, found out only a few weeks ago she does videos as well, and she was planning to go, a couple of people, to Summer in the City this year. And I got interested. I was like, okay, what's that? Let's find out a bit more about this. And apparently it's all about, there's the sort of panels and entertainment pieces, like sort of live versions of what these YouTubers do, as well as meet and greets. Now, I've never really been one for meet and greets, only because, one, it needs to be someone I'd really be into, and two, I'd get really uncomfortable about it. I don't really go in for the fandom thing. I once met, celebrities I met. The main one would be the guy, I feel quite guilty not remembering his name, but the guy who played the original Mike TV from Willy Wonka. You know, the kid with the gun, the little fake gun. Grown up, of course, when I met him. This is going to turn into a story actually. My mate at the time, who I was at this convention with, decided to go up to this guy. Keep in mind, this guy's he's a cool guy. He's fine. Michael. I won't give his surname out, but Michael. He may view this and he'll know what I'm talking about, hopefully. He decided to go up to this guy at the meet and greet. Didn't actually know who he was. And proceeded, with me in tow, so I wasn't just going to let him wander off. I was just kind of like, we're going around together. Not in that way, but whatever. His mum was around as well, but she wasn't with us. So yeah, that gives you an idea of the whole situation. School kid mates and that, gone to this convention, and yeah, a little bit clueless. But he decides to go up to this guy and looks at the pictures. That's a sign. There's golden tickets and everything. And you can see Willy Wonka's in a few of them, but other than that, he proceeds to go, "So you were Willy Wonka then?" And I just, I feel like I want to just crumple there and then. I'm like, I can't believe he's just asked that. Even if it was, which obviously it wasn't, because that was Gene Wilder, should know this stuff. Even if it was, you don't go up to this person and go, "Who are you?" Or even what he did, get the completely wrong person and say, "Oh, so were you them?" And I was like, you absolute twat. But, fine. And he took it graciously, from what I remember at least. Yeah, he took it graciously, it went well. He said, "No, I played the Mike TV kid and that and explained it," and we were just like, "Oh, okay, oh, awesome, yeah," because we've seen the film. I know, well, I've seen the film, I'm sure he saw the film as well. And yeah, we got chatting about different things. My mate paid for an autograph and he got his autograph and golden ticket signed and everything. And we got chatting about what we do at the convention, what we were there for. We were there for this game called Magic the Gathering, which a lot of my geek mates will absolutely know what it is, and probably some of them still play it. I'd love to play it still, but no way I could pay for that. I have the games, luckily, so I can play that and get my fix. Yeah, we got chatting about that, and it turns out this guy plays Magic, enjoys it, and he's not had the chance to chill out, and he invites us back at the end of his meet and greet day to play Magic with him. We're like, yeah. We came back, we're like, is this guy serious? Oh my god. He's not like exactly a huge celebrity, but he's still an actor and that, and you know, we're like, what? So we ended up playing Magic with this guy. He's pretty good as well. I seem to remember, I think I won. Awkward. And just because we were all chatting and stuff, I ended up getting a golden ticket as well. He was like, you know, I'll sign you one as well. That's cool. That's great. Felt a little bit guilty because I hadn't paid for it, but obviously I wasn't going to be like, oh, hold on, let me give you some cash. He's probably not desperate. Well, hopefully he wasn't. Yeah, that was a really cool experience. Wow, I've gone on a tangent there, haven't I? I can't even remember where I was. Talking about that. Oh yeah, fandoms. Yeah, fandoms. So never really been that much into going up to meet and greets because I have to know him, which obviously, well, we didn't in that case. We ended up knowing who he was, but we didn't. And I always treat them as regular guys, hence we played Magic with that guy and stuff, and it was quite chilled out. I feel quite awkward, especially if it would have to be someone I'm really into, as I said. But if I'm really into them, I really want to tell them how much I love their work or words to that effect. And just sort of be like, thank you. People that come to mind, I don't want to single people out, but the person that comes to mind first is Mark Black. He's a really genuine guy. I may have mentioned him before. Kind of a Let's Player, and he pretty much Let's Plays. But he's really funny guy, he's generous, does a lot of charity stuff as well, and he's very modest too. So I'd want to tell him how much I really appreciate what he does. But at the same time, I feel really awkward about it. I'd be like, but you're a normal guy, and yeah, I kind of want to tell you this, but it feels awkward because I'd be like, hey, you're absolutely awesome, I love your work, yeah, cool. Yeah. Awkward now. Don't really know what to say. Yeah. So, and I've always had a little bit of social anxiety. Or I say always a little. At one point, quite a lot. But there's always been a level of it. Not too bad these days. So not an ideal thing though. So fandoms, yes. I wouldn't really go in for that fandom thing. There's a lot of talk of meeting big YouTubers that are there, whether they're British or not. I'm more there for the panels. Oops, spoiler. I would be there for the panels. And watch the footage from last year's one. Mr. Weeble played, and Hand Green, but mainly Mr. Weeble. They had like a kind of a rave and stuff. That's amazing. Raving to Badger and Amazing Horse. What? Can't wait to find out what they're going to have this year. So I ended up, of course, trying to get tickets. Now tickets went on sale at 6 p.m. sharp. They had a queuing system, but if you're in a queuing system, it didn't mean that you had a ticket. It just meant you were in the queue, and obviously a certain amount of people in that queue got tickets. But you had to wait, because if someone didn't buy a ticket or something happened, those tickets got released to people who were in the queue behind them. So I was on there, pretty basically bang on 6. Now, I'll explain this to some people who don't seem to get it. There are quite a few teen girls going to the thing. Obviously, it's a big demographic for that YouTube thing. Not all, but there is a large amount, being fangirls. They are young, and I'd like to say, without being too detrimental to them, maybe a little bit naive, or not knowing how these things work. Even if you are there, bang on 6 o'clock, unless you get there to the site, bang on when that sale goes live, literally 6 o'clock, not milliseconds after, 6 o'clock, you will be later in the queue. No matter what your timepiece says, there will be a queue, because everyone is doing exactly the same thing as you, and you can't all be at exactly the same time. Someone will have been before you, whether it's fractions of a second. But there's a lot of complaining about it, saying, "Oh, this is bull. I got here bang on 6 o'clock." Yeah, but so did everybody else. Okay, popular event. Don't want to turn this into a rant again, but I'm just trying to explain. That's how it works. There's a lot of people on there. They have to break it down in some way. Yes, I'm sure you were there. It's not sort of dragging you down for your efforts, but at the same time, there's a lot of people who want to go to this event, and that's why. Okay, so I was there, bang on 6. Managed to, luckily, my deputy manager agreed to let me finish early, and I will be making up a little bit of work later on in the week, so that I could be there bang on, ready with the card, everything. And yeah, it was an interesting experience. So it went on. You don't get queued first of all. You go to the direct ticket thing, takes you to the weekend tickets, which is the link I chose, and you all of a sudden it's like, "Do you want the t-shirt? Do you want the one without the t-shirt?" What? I thought you were getting the t-shirt anyways. Oh god, now I have to very quickly choose, do I get the t-shirt or not? It's an exclusive t-shirt, it costs a little bit more. I know I've got a little bit of money off my dad for this, and oh god, I was like, screw it, if it's exclusive, well, just get the t-shirt, you don't want to regret it. No, but get the t-shirt too. So that wasted about 10-15 seconds. Of course, all the people who realised this were just like, yeah, ticket, or yeah, shirt, I've already gone into the queue. So I haven't wasted much time. This is about 10-15 seconds. No exaggeration, it really was just that little of time, but every second counts. Into the queue. You are person 2100. Oh god, okay, well they said the tickets wouldn't sell out the first day, and they must have more tickets than that. They've had a sale previously before, but there must be a fair few tickets. So I stay on there for a few minutes, watch the countdown go down, and then I'm next in the queue. Or I think maybe near the next to the queue, something like that. And it flashes up, there are no longer any tickets available for this event. I'm like, oh god, but oh god, because you know when you get your heart set on something. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be cool, and then I was just like, oh crap, okay, and it says stay in queue in case people buying tickets don't end up completing the transaction, something like that, and it releases tickets back. So I was like, okay, I'll stay on the queue, but I was like, oh god, I feel it was a low amount of people in the queue rather than I was next in the queue. Yeah, so I was looking at this figure going, oh god, what's that? And there's no tickets, what the hell? This is going to be crap. But I stayed on for another, I think, a few minutes, 5 minutes. I was like, I better stay on. And tickets. What? Whoa, I actually got I was like, oh my god, I actually managed to get it. Right, cool, excellent, wonderful, I'm going, put all the details in, blah, 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 and got the tickets. I was like, amazing. And this is where I ended up finding out a little bit later. Loads of people on Twitter still in the queue, hoping they get released. And turns out, the tickets, for the weekend tickets, didn't actually sell out until an hour and a half later. So the people who quit out early going, oh god, the tickets are all sold out, blah, blah, blah. It's a shame, but they might have been able to get tickets, because obviously there was people still in the queue who must have got there like a minute or two after me who still ended up getting tickets, but it is what it is. Either way, I'm going, so a bit of anxiety, a bit of excitement there, and it should be good. Hoping I don't stand out too much, it's been this thing, I've had this before, I've gone to something where it's a younger demographic. I'm not old, but it's a younger demographic. And yeah, there are older people who go, but you, especially being me, being tall and bearded, I tend to stand out a bit. So this might go nearer the time, just give me a fighting chance. You know, I don't want to turn up and be that guy. It's like, oh god, there's that guy there, that's a bit weird. I'm sure it won't be. And I love the fact that there's Hank Green there as a YouTuber, and he's 33 or something, so older than me, before any of you think, oh, it's about your age. No. I'm younger than that, thank you. It's the beard that does it. Yeah, so should be really cool.